Oh, right, guys. I was just about to color in this lady's hair on the left, and I thought, you know what, let me just actually record it in case you guys want to see another hairstyle. And then I was making this so that I would have it, I was actually going to put an extra credit assignment in Canvas for you guys. In case anybody wants to practice their illustrations, we've got more people in our packet. We've got this lady, and again, the whole point of this project, the big women's wear project that we're doing, is to practice illustrating sheer, but also to practice scaling down prints for illustration. So I've got all these sheer practice exercises. Here's this lady. There she is. And if you guys do this lady, you could pick one of these to try to illustrate. Her head's cut off, as you can see. So I just gave her a different head that I thought was cool from a reference photo that I found. Okay, now this lady, we can see her hair. So let me go ahead and do her hair, and then we'll have these finished for you guys to use as a reference. And what I'm doing is just, I've got a medium brown here. I mean, you can have some fun with the hair. If you guys are interested in doing it like a crazy color, you could absolutely do like a lavender, whatever you want. This process is the same. So I'm gonna fill in the hair, and I am using just the side of my chisel tip. I was afraid to go with the thick side. I didn't want it to accidentally go over her face, but do try to fill it in going in the direction of the hair so that any streaks just kind of look like hair. While I'm still holding the pen, I'll do a couple of extra marks to darken up some places here. And in my reference photo, it does look like her hair is kind of slicked back, so that's what I'm going to try to do for her here. Okay, let me go ahead and fill in the other side. If you need to use the skinny side of your chisel tip, go for it. And I was going to mention yesterday, I put it in the write-up of the assignment, but for the color illustrations, guys, if you're finding that you like watercolor, I think several people in the class really enjoyed watercolor, which makes me super happy. Go ahead and do watercolor instead of marker. The approach is really similar. If you're going to do watercolor fashion illustrations, you're going to do a wash of watercolor first. Let it dry. You can put a second coat for emphasis and shadows, and then typically we'll then go over the top with colored pencil. It's very similar process to markers. Now, of course, watercolor is like its own wonderful art form, and you could approach it different ways, but probably the most straightforward is to think of the wash of watercolors just like our wash of markers, which gives us a base tone or base value, which then we can go over the top with colored pencil details. Okay, so I've got two thoughts on this. I'm kind of thinking as I'm talking. You can fill it completely in. That's probably the easiest way. And then bring back some shine with a white pencil. Let me find my white. Make sure it's nice and sharpened up. And then this area right here, let me zoom in, and I'm just going to give her some white shine on her hair. And maybe she's got her hair kind of slicked back like this, so we can let the light kind of catch it as it's going up and over the top. Maybe too, there's a little spot here. I can't really see on this reference photo, so I'm just kind of do something that seems reasonable. Okay, now I've got a dark brown pencil, and I'm going to come in and pop the roots a little bit darker because we like that contrast. And especially here, if I want it to look like her hair was really slicked up and back, I can come in and get it darker right there and sweep up a little darkness right up in here. And if you need to kind of clean up any edges around her face, you could do that as well. On her face, you can probably see it, I did lighten up her cheeks. I felt like they needed a little bit of brightness. So if you guys are good at putting on makeup, anywhere you would highlight with makeup, you can do the same with a white pencil. Okay. Oh, right, and then that's it. And then what I didn't do that I could do is also brighten up the whites of her eyes with a white pencil. And if you want it to pop even more, I did basically everything here with brown, but you could come in and give just a little extra emphasis with black, and that kind of brings her to life. For the other lady, if you guys are interested in playing around with a fun hairstyle, a giant textured afro is one of the easiest hairstyles to draw, and it's just a lot of fun. We did similar things with the puffy hair on the girl with the blue fur, but you can see I rubbed some texture with a white pencil and with a dark pencil and just dotted in with a marker. And then I roughed it up around the edges quite a bit. The earrings are done with gel pen after the fact, and I don't remember, I think I probably did highlight a little bit on her with a little bit of white. Okay, so this is an extra credit assignment. Hopefully you'll have some fun with this, and I'll put the reference photos in the assignment. Anything else I wanted to talk to you guys about? No, I don't think so. Just really think about shadows. Think about how the shadows where the garment covers the skin. These shadows, like, they really communicate a lot of what's going on, even though our brain doesn't automatically recognize it.